Okay.
Where did she come from?
Let's call to order the
Yeah.
meeting of the Historic District Commission, Wednesday, May 29th, 2024, 7:45. Meeting in the Academy Building. This is partially on Zoom and in person. Let's have a roll call, members.
Marie Benoit.
Nick Palmieri.
It's a
Bill Smith, Connie Lamoureux,
Dottie Lamoureux, Secretary.
and our in-person guest is David Moore, who's the chair of the Historical Commission in Bridgewater.
And.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, you are. Oh, and- sorry.
And Chris, sorry.
Oh, thank
Chris, who's applied for
How do you
certificate of
pronounce your last name?
appropriateness. Um,
I thought we would just jump out of order, and may I make a motion that, may I move that we jump out of order and just take under consideration the gutter on the side of Publishers Lodge? And I read it and I'm fine with it.
Okay, so we have a motion to review a certificate of appropriateness from David Moore, who's the trustee of the Fellowship Lodge, who has an application before us. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, all in favor, or roll call vote?
Marie. Aye.
Aye.
Nick.
Aye. Okay, so David, do you want to say anything about the application? It's a fascia board, is that right?
It's, yeah, we're just covering the fascia board under the gutter.
Yeah.
Gutter will be removed. Aluminum wrap will be applied to the wood. The gutter will be placed back on there and from the ground. And I would say probably from 5 feet away, you would be able to tell. So that-
And it's on the side of the building.
That's the
And
color.
there'll be less rock.
This is the
This
original.
is the
And it's
color.
against the flow of traffic. So unless you're looking backwards when you're
Oh,
driving
right,
forward,
right.
you wouldn't see it.
That's the color one. That's the original.
Any questions or concerns
I
about,
have a question.
okay?
Did you consider using the AZAC wood? Because that AZAC is impervious to.
Aztec.
water.
Aztec.
Uh,
However you say it.
Plastic.
Financially, the lodge didn't look at it because of the cost. That would be probably about 4 times what,
Oh,
It would be
I have no
super-
idea.
It is more expensive.
Is it? No.
oh, it would be huge.
I just thought then you wouldn't have to wrap them.
I don't know if you can wrap with that stuff.
No, you don't wrap.
No.
You just use it.
Well,
You just use it. It would be nice if the building was built with it back in 1967, but
I don't think they had it.
yeah, no. But the aluminum, you'll get another 40 or 50 years out of it.
Oh, yeah, without question.
I just didn't realize it was that much more expensive.
I have no problem.
Any further questions or discussion? Can we have a motion on the certificate of appropriateness as submitted by David Moore?
I move that we accept it.
We have a motion to accept the application for certificate of appropriateness. Second, all in favor, roll call vote.
All right, aye.
Aye.
Aye, so the certificate's approved. We'll get that over to your office, your former office. I still call it your
Yeah.
office.
Now, just to keep the community on board, we've got a serious roof leak between Angelo's building and Fellowship Lodge. And it's allowed water to go down inside of one of the columns, and the bottom of the column is pretty rotten. So we've talked to Whitaker, AP Whitaker, who just did over the house down at the college. Yeah, and they've given us a price on repairing it, and it will just be repairs to the base of the column and repairs to the trim at the top. Absolutely no change, using all wood, painted wood.
So it'll look like it does now.
Oh, yeah, exactly, and the same materials, so it's ordinary repairs as opposed to modifications, no modification whatsoever.
You guys are but.
Yes,
Realize that.
looks like there's some we've had somebody go up on the roof and it looks like there's some flashing that's out of place that's allowed the leak. So we've got to work with Angela's brother. And the two of us, we're going to reflash that area.
Is there space between those two buildings?
No,
Oh, they're
no,
joined.
they're butted against each other.
Yeah. Because the previous building, there was about a 1 foot space and it was constantly allowing water to get down in between the two buildings. And there was a lot of problems.
Well, this is-
And now Angelo proposed a building and said, hey, get together.
What's going to happen to that building? We've been waiting for a restaurant. Is it
He's-
used?
They've been negotiating with a number of different people over the last 5 or 6 years. They were holding out for the perfect tenant. Now they're just holding out for a tenant. So they,
I mean, we're talking 15 years, aren't we?
Long
I
time,
was gonna say, how long is that?
Or more.
long time.
94, 95.
Good
Yeah,
gracious,
it's been a few
that's
years.
30
That's
years.
30 years.
It's a long time to carry a property.
Well, an empty,
That's, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good, right?
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Does that
Thank you, David.
require another meeting or no, because it's like for like?
It's routine repair,
Routine
but
repair, okay.
it probably all requires certificate of appropriateness because it is
well, my question is, do you need a building permit to do your repair? Well, then we're good.
I don't
No,
know.
no building permit.
Yeah, I don't.
There's nothing
Okay.
structural.
Just send them over to the library columns while you're at it.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's fine. You'll be supervising us, right?
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anytime. Good luck, and yet we will be in touch.
Yes, we will. Fantastic.
Yep.
Indeed, thank you.
You get the hot seat now.
Yeah.
Chris, please
Oh,
join us.
well,
And she knows what kind of people we are.
Our next application is for certificate of appropriateness for 27 Central Square, Chris's store, and we have before us a copy of the sign prepared by Sign Design in Brockton. It's a good company. And the sign measures 48 inches by 15 inches. Does that, I usually don't ever say anything like this,
Yes, it's like a dog, not this dog.
but that sounds a little small to me. Isn't that small?
Yes.
15 inches is like this.
Yep.
48 is about
48's
that.
4 foot.
Yeah. But 15 inches is kind of narrow, don't you
Wait a
think?
minute, what's this picture? right here? Here's
You
your
know what? I
picture.
mean, based on looking at this, I mean, it'll stand out.
I think that's about what the Conway sign
Yep.
is.
But it looks fine on top.
Right, exactly what it's supposed to be
Well,
looking.
your sign design guy
I would have had one.
came up with that dimension, right?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
maybe it's because of
Yeah,
the space right here.
Did
Well,
they
this
think
is what it
about
looks like.
a longer length? I could
know,
see
but see
maybe
the
the
space
height
right here?
because of the,
I think that's
what, how
what
much
you're
room it
limited
is.
to.
Longer. So people see it. Did you think about a longer
Yes.
sign? So people can see it? I
Yes,
mean,
people can
you
see.
blink and you don't see that.
That's what she's
Did your fellow or the design maker look at the space?
Yes, they were there, they took a picture.
Okay. Okay,
They're familiar with that property.
okay.
I think it's this, the header right here, and it's all you can do with it.
It's black and white, Chris?
Exactly, good question, thank you for the question. And we have two options. The first one is black, but the
Oh,
writing
yeah.
is white.
Yeah,
And the second option, the body is white,
yeah,
the writing is black.
Oh, you're right, opposite.
yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Which one is your preference?
My preference is the black and white, the second option.
This one?
The
Well, this
second one, but it is
This
your opinion.
No, I'm just getting curious as to
No,
which one.
I think we're fine with either one. I'm fine.
I agree. I don't know. If that's the one that's most appealing to you,
Yes, the second one.
I would have no problems at all with that personally.
Thank you.
And if it pleases the court, I would like to make a motion to accept option number 2.
I'm trying to get this guy invited and
So we have a motion to accept the second option
Like that.
as listed on the application for certificate of appropriateness. Any discussion?
Is that the black background with the white lettering?
Yes.
Yes.
No,
No,
the
no.
other one, the second one.
White background.
Chris,
This-
visually, with. like,
Option
I think
two,
the
it's
black
called
with
option
white
two.
stands out better.
Could it be better?
Well,
The dark color and then you get the white,
it's,
you see it, or you,
it's like your dark sweater. If you had white lettering on there, think about that as opposed to having a white shirt with black lettering, you would see this.
Yes, you're right, because the building is white.
the the white background's just gonna blend in.
I know, but I
before
didn't love
everybody-
it, I didn't love it in the
I can
picture.
amend this motion if
There's the
that
picture.
works for you.
You're gonna see it, you're not gonna see
Yes,
it.
you're right. The first one is great.
Okay,
You just give me good idea.
since we're only in the beginning, can I amend the motion to be option one?
Thank you.
You will. We want you to have something that's going to benefit you.
People can see.
Okay,
And Nancy, is that, you have a
Oh,
problem?
I don't care. No, either way, either way.
so we have an amended motion
I
to
second.
approve option one for the application for Chris Store. Any further discussion on that? All in favor, motion second, someone seconded?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
Marie.
okay.
Marie.
Marie seconded?
Yeah.
Okay, roll call vote.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye, so, the sign application's approved. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
And,
You're very welcome.
we'll get this over to the building inspector and they'll issue you a sign permit so you can do it.
Okay.
Thank you for
When are you moving in?
coming back.
Okay, this is the original,
It should
Yep.
be next week,
so that's the initial.
Wow.
You've already been in the.
but I need to see, the building service first.
Oh, yeah.
for
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
They're just gonna give you a certificate
Yeah.
to put this,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and then you give that to Sign Design.
Thank you.
Excellent. You're very welcome.
Thanks.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, are you able to get together?
Okay, so we have an application from my Generation Energy.
We have to get them on.
Okay. We can take a look at it though. All of you have the
We saw
application
this the last time.
from Jessica Atwood. This is Madhu's building.
That's correct.
He was in the office. He was in the office. Just walks on. It's on.
That would be. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Very smart. Have you been successful?
Keep on.
They should show up. That's straight down.
No, I just invited him.
And he's not paying attention.
I think that they'll pop on automatically when they sign in. What will happen is that will go to their email and they open the email and click the link and then they pop on.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah, right.
We
That's
call
it,
it
exactly.
open your email.
Did I give you that application?
We were gonna Zoom somebody else tonight, or is it just these guys?
Just these guys.
Oh, okay.
They
Is
were
this
moving
the
all kinds of
Yeah.
furniture.
I don't- To be honest with you, I don't see any,
Fellowship
Negative.
Lodge? Do you have that one
and,
signed?
actually,
Not the original.
That's the one that's in color.
that one. the other copy.
I don't
Has
Okay.
he appeared on?
was- Signed. I'm gonna call them.
He doesn't come in himself, he just sends his people.
Nine.
However, while we're sitting here, I would like to propose that when we look at signs, that we think about a border on the edge, because, and I didn't want to say it to her because she's all right, this is the second time she's come around. But if you, for example, if you were going with the black and white one, if they had I just think it makes the sign stand out, and it was the same thing with the nail people. I think they should do a border, especially since she's putting this up against cement. I think, I don't
Well,
know.
that's
It
aluminum.
would
I
have just
think.
blended in.
What?
It would have just blended in if she had done the white back.
Oh, no, I agree, but our nail people went with black and white, and I wanted to say a border, but I wanted to ask how other people felt, but I think it just kind of makes the sign finished looking. But I didn't want to pursue it with them or her.
We've asked for borders for
Yeah,
a lot of
before, I
signs.
know, and I just think it looks, I think it's very modern looking when you don't finish off the edge. I think,
Yeah.
the last two signs have,
That's a good point.
but I didn't want to. All right, and so another discussion is, since we're still not on it, she's talking. All right, you know the circle at the end of James Way with all the greenery?
Yeah,
Is that town? Lynn?
yes.
Oh, good, okay. Because I'm gonna call it highway department next year and ask if the garden club can come down and clip it at Christmas time or in November for our greens.
Yeah, I think, I'm trying to think.
I'll ask
The
them.
response time.
I'll ask them.
Trying to think.
Nobody
I mean, we have a
maintains it.
circle on our street,
You do?
yes.
On yours?
And my wife does a little bit of work on it occasionally.
Yeah.
So
You
it,
don't have to be-
but it has to be town property. That's a street. That's a public street. It
And I'm
has to
on-
be town property.
I'm on good terms with
In
the highway department because the island at the end of Forest
All right.
is mine. I called them and said, can I plant in that? It's a mess, it's all weeds. And they said, oh, sure, as long as you maintain it.
We could call.
So I have to-
But it does look nice, Nancy.
Thank you.
I admire it all the time.
But it has to be town property.
But I had to have permission and, from the
Well, just
highway
call them
department.
up.
But as I said, yeah, it was during COVID, so I emailed them. They didn't care. So I'm gonna offer our services to trim it in November, and I said, we'll be very cautious and we won't be,
I don't think there's much there.
But I've been down there and, it could use a trimming, and some really good stuff.
Well, you can do the one on Kenneth Drive, because
Really?
it bothers my wife enormously.
Are there evergreens there?
I think so. You
I'll
think I
check
would
it
know?
out. I'll check it out.
I think so.
No.
Hi, Jessica, this is Dottie, and I'm the secretary to the Historic District Commission. I am just trying to find a telephone number to make you aware that I have invited you and Josh to the meeting, and I don't see anyone here. What the commission will end up doing is reviewing this on their own, and if I'll let you know what their decision is. I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you. If you need my number, 508-558-2688. Thank you very much. Bye.
Did you
Would
do
it
the
be-
1933 one?
Would it be a good idea to get in touch with Madhu? His number is on here. He is the owner of the building. So try getting him.
Yeah.
If he wishes to get on, because other than that, we will do exactly what you said. We'll make a determination and
He has given them a permission slip, basically. He signed a thing
Oh,
in her
yeah.
application that he has granted his permission for this to happen.
what for them to,
Yeah.
oh, he has, okay.
So what number did you call?
It came up with her
6884.
desk.
Oh,
it came up with her desk.
Yeah.
You know, I may have a number in there that I didn't,
Well, this one is.
400 watts per hour.
the 6884,
This is the,
That's what's here. The other one was
That
far right.
Last time we
We
didn't
did.
have a problem.
No, and actually, you know what? It's actually has been inserted into the historic district law that solar is to be,
Allowed.
what's the word?
Encouraged?
They want us to look for it.
Oh,
you
okay.
know,
Yeah.
Because it
Look for opportunities to, yeah.
utilize it.
It's
So,
energy. It's energy.
yeah, and you know what? In some respects, if it can prove a tremendous benefit.
well, it makes it more affordable for the applicant to actually keep the historic building.
Right,
You
right.
know, if they,
Right.
if it's,
Absolutely, and not
Especially
only
since-
that, you know, depending on how they do this, if he's renting, you know, if he's leasing it or if he buys it. And, you know, he just includes that in the rent. Then they don't have to pay, they're not gonna be paying an electric bill.
Well, the other thing is, right, he may even earn credit in
Right.
the electric,
For the winter.
yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what they're gonna use it for,
Mm.
you know what I mean, but you know how businesses, especially, he's got the Fiesta restaurant in there. And I do think that, you know, any restaurant like that would be utilizing a fair
Oh,
amount
yeah.
of electricity.
What are they using the front part for?
The top-
The little one, the little,
I was told that that was gonna be seating,
Yeah, they were
Oh.
moving all kinds of boxes into it.
right, that's what
Great big things. that
Nadu
are
told
moving
me,
into it.
he said it was supposed to be part of the restaurant, so they could
Okay.
have seating, which will be direct competition for the people across the street.
she wrote me a note and said, just checking as neither Josh or I have received a link as of yet.
oh. Oh,
Really?
Uh,
Okay. All right. So to be very honest with you, I mean, I have no issues.
no,
And where it's placed, it's not really a problem because it's not gonna be looked at from the.
right,
You know, as you drive by around the center of town. My office used to be there, so.
Yeah, yeah.
It's,
That little place that's in there now. It's a good business. That little restaurant. there now.
oh, yeah, the Boundless.
Yeah.
Today was their 1 year anniversary.
yeah, I saw it, I think it was on Facebook.
I told her to call me.
They, God bless them, they're doing well. They've
Very
got a
nice
great
people.
mission. And, you know what? Their coffee is good. And they've got, you know, a nice little array of,
Oh.
desserts and so, yeah, their cinnamon rolls are to die for.
Oh, yeah. But yeah.
Yes, they're like crack cocaine. But anyway, it's really great. They're really nice people, and I wish them all the best
Well, they're gonna give each other a run for the money.
with restoration.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, all of a sudden restoration is now having pastries and more on the menu.
Yes, they do. They did expand their menu, but that's okay.
did
They-
I send you
They
an
try a different,
email
There's
from
room
Jennifer
for-
Doherty about
Yes,
the
they have a
installation of
different-
solar panels?
Yes.
you know.
I
I
believe
can't
you
find-
did.
I can't find it anywhere.
You know what is amazing? Nothing is. That bank is just-
I'm
They've
gonna
got-
pause recording.
You know, I talked to you.
Oh, okay. It's a good idea.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Okay, so we all of us have seen and have heard the guidelines from Mass Historic on the installation of solar panels in historic districts. From what I gather, the panels are going to be on the back side of the building, of the roof of the building, and will not be visible from the front. There will be 70 panels altogether. We can require that the grids be black
Is the
to
roof-
match the
yeah.
roof.
Yeah,
And they
is the
won't
roof
stand
black?
out as
Is-
much.
Is the
No,
roof
roof
black?
is gray.
The roof is black.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
The building's white. I don't know what the
Yeah,
roof is.
that-
The roof is black, I believe.
That's the
Oh,
color.
you got a color, okay.
That's the only color.
Gray is-
There's a, one color copy. Oh.
We'll pass that
Yeah,
around.
Yeah, she's got one.
This is the one we had last week.
That's a good question. I've forgotten if that's black or gray, the roof
But
shingles.
black will be fine.
Yeah, I
Black
don't.
will blend.
Black would be better.
Yep.
Um,
And we can request, can we not, that the building owner paint the,
Oh, yes.
okay. Have they enjoying the meeting?
I told her, I sent it, the invitation again. And I, emailed her and told her I sent the invitation again.
So they both
Um,
have it, correct?
Yeah, it was to Jessica and Josh. I don't know, we can, you know, kick this can down the road if that's the
Well-
easiest thing to do, or,
We
Well, then we have to
discussed,
have
we
another meeting.
discussed it last time, as long as it's on the back of the building, and it doesn't look anywhere like it's gonna be on the front of the building, visual from the street
right.
around it. I mean, I look at this building every day and I purposefully looked over that way. And all I can see, I can't.
It's right here.
Yeah.
This is what you're looking
Yeah,
at.
this
from
is
the
what I'm
street.
looking at. Okay,
Yeah.
this.
And you can't even see those.
No, no.
I agree.
So
We could do it with those provisions.
they're minor things. So the two provisions that we're looking at are the use of black grids to match the solar panels and the roof. And
Well, to
also,
blend into the roof.
or to blend in the roof. It probably won't match, to
Yeah.
blend in with the roof. And the second condition would be painting what's that called again?
is it conduit?
Yes.
The conduit to match the building,
Yeah.
color of the
Yeah.
building. Does someone want to make a motion to that effect?
I will make that motion.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve the installation of 70 solar panels on the back side, the back roofs of 16 Central Square. And the two conditions are the installation of black grids to blend in with the color of the dark roof. And the second condition is painting the conduit down the side of the building white to match the color of the building. Any other conditions or?
Are we going to discuss low profile panels, or do you think that would not go in Bridgewater?
I don't, we can, I mean, it's up to the will of the committee,
Yeah.
but we could leave that to the Bridgewater Fire Department.
All right, because you brought that up in your,
Yeah, that,
that was a
I
suggestion.
would like to know what that is.
Right,
I wish this
that's
person
why we
were
could
here.
talk to them.
I don't know.
Nancy, do you know what a low profile looks like?
No,
No,
that's why,
that's why we would
that was
like
the
to have
question.
someone to
I
tell
would,
us.
yeah, I'd be interested in hearing what they've had for experience on something like that. You know,
Maybe a third condition, we could say the use of low profile solar panels if appropriate
and as.
and approved.
Approved by the Bridgewater Fire Department.
Yeah, that
regulations.
kind of thing.
That's perfect.
Do we want to do that?
I would amend that. Nobody seconded it, so we can do it before,
Use
Yeah,
of
we don't
low
need-
profile solar panels as appropriate,
If appropriate.
if appropriate,
If appropriate.
if appropriate.
And approved.
With
and
the
with the
approval.
approval of the Bridgewater Fire Department.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna second that motion with the amendment.
Okay,
And
so we
there's-
have now three conditions. And we all know what they are.
Not still ready.
And I'll write those on the application too.
Okay,
Do that. Any further discussion?
It
I'll
is seconded, right?
Application of certificate of appropriateness. Okay, roll call vote.
Aye.
Aye. So the application for certificate of appropriateness for the installation of the solar panels is approved with three conditions, which we've laid out. The next item on the agenda.
Okay, this is the color one, so this is the
Yeah.
one that you should sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll write the conditions a little later.
Okay.
Is this approval of the minutes?
Approval of the minutes of
May 8th?
our May 8th meeting, which Dottie nicely prepared for us.
Absolutely. That's, I will so move.
Okay, we
Yeah.
have a motion to approve the minutes of May 8th, 2024, and I think I heard a second grunt or groan or something.
Sure, yes.
Okay. All in favor, roll call vote?
I.
Aye.
Aye, aye. Thank you for that. Dottie also prepared for us a good little list of all of the members of the
Oh,
commission
yes, thank
with
you.
emails
Yeah.
and
That was by
phone
request of
numbers.
Nick.
So thank you for that.
Very welcome.
And
Actually, I'm gonna put those in my phone.
that's a good idea. Any old business?
Depends on what we want to call. Oh, we had so many discussions last week.
We
Yeah,
did.
they were all old.
It was great, though. It was great. That was, I so enjoyed last week.
It was good.
It really was. If we want to
to
consider that, or do we want to nix that
Move on to new businesses, the reading room.
Well, we've got to prepare a letter. We have to do that.
I've been.
No
I've been-
old
I've been doing
business.
background on this to figure out what exactly we should do, and that's actually, maybe that is a good idea. There are new businesses, the Periwinkle, they have not, so here, if I may.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What I did, a couple of things, I kind of, it's very interesting how, we work in this town. So I went to town hall and spoke with, the clerk's office,
Jolie?
and
The new
Jolie,
clerk?
Jolie was the only one who responded to me, oddly enough. We're all there. Anyway, I'll just leave it at that. And, but I said, okay. I said, Jolie, this is what I want to do. And she goes, what? I said, I am going to open a business right over there. And she goes, what? Over there. She goes, where is it? Doesn't matter. It's over there and it's in the historic district. So she, big smile on her face, and she goes, what's your problem, Nick? And I said, I just want to know. What happens? Literally what happens?
Oh, the chain of events from beginning to end?
Yeah. And
Oh.
so I said, you know what kills me? I says, I've been on that board for quite a few years. And I want to know. I know what I know, but I want to hear from you. So she went and I come back and she hands me this. Said, this is what they get. So it's
Oh,
what it is. It's the certificate of appropriateness. I get 2 copies just in case.
An application.
A sign review, this is from, which it actually, if you read the law, it actually reflects much of the, like, what's desirable, what's
Right, right, right.
undesirable. Then, it goes into this, which I asked if this is available, and she says, well, it's on the, the website page. And I said, okay, I don't have a computer. I'm not smart enough to do that. So what do I do if I do? She says, well, you get a copy. Okay, great. Here it is. And if reading this, it's an enhancement, of course, of the law itself. And it's kind of interesting. The law really pushes the historic district commissions in each of the communities to reach out and to
oh,
talk to the businesses.
yeah.
But the law deals mostly with, something new, construction, if you will, a lot of that, and signage. Be very wary of signage, make sure you get all that. Our bylaws, if you will, that they call them something different now. is a new word for all of this. It's like pregnant women are called birthing woman,
Yeah.
birthing people.
Yeah,
Well, that's what we
yeah.
have in town now. We have birthing regulations. So needless to say, the bottom line is that they want us to go to the businesses, but they do get this. They are supposed to follow this.
That's if they go to the clerk's office
Right.
first.
Well, that's that is the thing. I said to her, I said, okay, that's great. And I was, I stayed there and I'm reading it. She goes, do I have to stay here with you? Yes, you do. And I said, I'm doing this for a reason. She said, okay, what's the reason? And that was my next question. I said, okay, now the next piece, Jolie. I'm going to do what I just said. I'm going to open a business. I'm not going to come to you. I'm going to talk to the landlord.
Right, exactly.
And, and the landlord might say something and he might not. The landlord's going to say, hey, this is what I'm going to allow you to do. Well, there was a sign up here before. Yeah, but just put another one up. That's not their problem. It's
Right.
our problem. So she goes, well, they're not supposed to do that. Well, you're 100% right. But the fact is that it's happening constantly. And I said, you know what? There's a problem that we have. I want to ask you a question. She goes, what? You have a sign right there with dog licenses. If I don't renew my dog license, there are all kinds of ramifications to that. She said, you're right. If I don't pay my excise tax, right over there, you can take my license plates away. Goes to the registry, but you just have to take and send a little notice to them and they do it. We constantly hear people talk about how beautiful the downtown is. Okay, I can say there's a great deal of thank you very much to the Historic District Commission, the Historical Society, a lot of the groups that take the time to actually do something about it. But you know what? Nobody cares. It's a crock of baloney when we hear that, because when we try to do our job, we get one thing and it's very cost effective. It's called lip service. I said, you know what? It's very frustrating because we give our time and it'd be like you coming in every day and, oh, by the way, we'll pay. We're not sure. We're just not sure. I'll let you know in a couple of weeks. You wouldn't take it with you. I said, well, that's what we're doing. I said, and right now we're in a kind of an interesting position. We've got a situation that we are looking to address, but we've got plenty of them. We've got people here that just move in. Some of them have moved in and left and not done a thing about their signs. And you know what? We're not the police department. So it's the building inspector who is our assigned agent, who's the police department. He's the one who's supposed to go to the business and say, hey, you know what? Did you apply for a certificate of appropriateness? You are in the historic district. You should know that.
The first thing that should happen is they need to get a building permit.
Well, no, do they get an occupancy permit if you're going into a store here?
Is there an occupancy?
I'm sure there is.
They should have to go to the building department first.
I agree.
No, but my question is there, right now, is there a requirement? If you
Yes,
go into a store, do you need an occupancy permit?
absolutely.
Well, there it is.
Well, the town also has
And I think that's-
signage bylaws, and
Yes.
even if you're not in the historic district, you have to have a permit to put a sign up.
Sign it. Well, that is actually very clearly laid out in the law about the signs. And so here we are. We have teeth. What it sounds like, Bill, what I came up with after reading, I read the law years ago before I actually got on.
Are you talking about 40C?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to figure, and I actually spoke with the attorney back then, who was instrumental from Lincoln.
Oh, yeah.
Really a neat guy. And, he said it's actually, he wanted to have some kind of a law that did something most laws don't. I said, what's that? He said, have teeth.
Yeah.
Well, so I remember reading through it. It's what we probably need to do, and we will have to do this through town council and the town council more than the town manager. They're going to have to be given a cease and, we're going to have to give them a cease and desist. That's it, that's right. A
What's
cease,
that?
we're gonna,
Is the Bridgewater Historic District Study Committee documents. He asked me to look for maps, and this was what I found a map in. There is a map at the end of this, but this is the beginning of the whole,
Yeah.
the whole thing, and that would probably be
They will never issue a cease and desist order.
they won't.
So
Why
where,
not? Why not? For the sign, if like, let's say the sign that we've been talking about, even though they've been told not to do that, they never apply.
No. I know, the town just doesn't come down on people like that.
That's,
It's
It-
just
it-
their philosophy. I mean, I totally agree with you.
So
yeah,
Doc-
I know you do.
where do they get the occupancy permit?
I believe that the certificate of occupancy is given by the building department.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So we need to make
you
sure
build a house,
that
that's
book,
where you get it.
that pamphlet is available to everybody who.
They have that pamphlet in the
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, but no, but the.
He's talking
but
about the
does
people.
building department have it?
Right.
Yeah.
The building department has it.
Yes,
And there's a new person there, a new secretary named Jane Brown.
yeah, she's not new to the town of Bridgewater. She's been here for
But
20 years.
she seems to be pretty conscientious, don't you
Really?
think?
Yes,
I think I think somebody should pay her a visit and say where, you know.
We've spoken on the phone several times.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
There we go.
And I think she's trying, but it's ultimately up to the building inspector,
Mhm.
who has the real authority.
And she's an admin and she can't tell him what to do.
You know what, Bill, wouldn't it be a really great idea, and I still want to do this with them. Two things, I think we should write another letter, but be in a very direct way that, we could be kind of flippant if we want that, you've been there for X amount of years, we've made repeated visits, this is the last letter that will come before we take legal action. We can say that. And by the way, we are a group, we are allowed to do that, and it goes to the courts. That's how they propose it. There's an appeal process for people, but the appeal process only deals with one thing. The certificate of appropriateness.
Oh,
You technically have to do that. But my question that isn't addressed in here is, what happens if they don't? And they're a scofflaw, and they just say, take a flying leap somewhere. So,
We don't have any fees
Right.
or penalties
right.
that the town imposes on violations for anything.
no.
And I talked to Mike White about this when he was a building inspector,
Mhm.
and he had begged for the authority to issue
A warning.
fees for violations, and he was never granted that. It's not the pattern or the path they choose to take.
Does it ever make you wonder, what is the meaning of our existence?
Exactly.
I
bingo.
totally agree. If we had even modest fees, that would work. Any kind of fee would work
Right.
for violations. But that would have to be approved by the town council,
Are we saying CIL or SCL?
CIL,
Okay.
have to be approved by the town
And then you
council.
have to get on their agenda and hope that they'll listen.
Okay, chapter 46.
So who owns the Conway building?
Conway.
Okay. Who owns the building next to you? Is that the nail girl?
You know, I don't know. I
Couldn't see
think
that.
that the camera
Yeah, I
shop
can
sold
talk
it to
about
somebody else and
Oh.
then
So you-
there's easy enough ways to find out. You just go on to bridgewatermass.org
Oh,
and look
absolutely.
at the assessors.
Yeah.
This is the zoning map.
I don't know if they own it or
has
rent
the
it.
Zoning
It
district.
amazes me how many people
Does it have
rent their
historic
business.
districts?
I,
Yeah.
And how many
Okay.
restaurants rent their
It's,
restaurants? It's amazing.
So here's what we tell them if they would read this. We tell them that under enforcement. If the owner's agent or lessee continues to violate the provisions of chapter 40C, these rules and regulations or the decisions of this commission, resort shall be made to fines or injunctions or both as authorized in section 13 of the Historic District Act, Chapter 40C. And under that, basically what it says is that
I think that's something that I did.
it says the Superior Court sitting in equity for which the city or town is situated shall have jurisdiction to enforce the provisions of this chapter or any ordinance, bylaw enacted hereunder and the determinations, rulings, and regulations issued pursuant thereto, which is from us, and may, upon the petition of the mayor or the board of selectmen or the commission, restrained by injunction violations thereof, and without limitation, such court may order the removal of any building, structure, or exterior architectural feature. We could actually have them take that sign down. Constructed in violation thereof, or the substantial restoration of any building, structure, or exterior architectural feature altered or demolished in violation, and may issue such other orders for relief as may be equitable. Whoever violates any of the provisions of this chapter shall be punished by a fine of not less than $10 nor more than $500 each day during any portion of which a violation continues to exist shall constitute a separate offense.
Now, what are you reading from?
This is from the law.
From Mass General Law 40C?
Yep, section 13, which we cite here, which does give us that right to do it. And what we are threatening to them, that's the only way to do this. If they don't do that, I think we could probably appeal. We probably could appeal to the I don't know if we'd appeal to the county or the state to have somebody look at our town's not cooperating. And we're basically a handicapped board by doing this. So we're meeting on a regular basis to waste our time. It's patently wrong.
And most businesses comply,
They do,
but then there are those errant ones that don't.
yeah.
And then the ones that do comply resent the people who don't follow the law.
And justify, just like the
Justifiably
Yeah.
so.
just like the woman that was here tonight.
Right.
She did exactly what we asked her to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Post haste. I
Yeah.
mean, she was right on top of it, got a sign company, did exactly what we asked her to do. And you know what? It's so patently wrong when you have, that's my issue. I really don't believe in my heart that we are a problem to any of these businesses.
No.
And, it really burns me when, I mean, Bill, I know you've personally gone there and spoken to the woman, and I don't know her, the attitude, but obviously it was,
Who owns that building? I wonder.
that used to be,
An Asian woman, the one on
Which one are you
this.
talking about?
the one where the juice mill.
The juice mill.
Oh, that
Oh,
one.
it used to be College Town.
Yeah,
I
it
know.
was called-
Yeah.
is they still own it? What's their name? I forgot the name of it.
We can find out, we can go to the
Yep.
assessor's office.
It would be the family. Gus and Potter are both gone.
I think really.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty sure Gus is that. I know
Yep.
Patron's one. So I don't know if families own that building or not. But as you said, you can easily look
We
it
can
up.
get it from the town assessor's office.
Yeah.
I agree. And you know what it does?
I'm just curious, but
And I think we all agree, we have to put a line in the sand. If we don't fight here, we may as well just give up because
Right.
nobody's gonna support us.
Right.
And I agree with you, and like, there are new businesses coming into town, and I spoke with Harry Wilson, and I got the same response you did, which is, I'm gonna just put the other side, you can't do that. Who said I can't?
I told her right on Facebook in front of, because she was announcing it and I said, don't forget you have, she said, I'm just putting up my own sign.
Yeah,
Dicks me off.
you know what that's called? That's called relativism. And I am not a proponent, frankly. You know why? Because I'm gonna use that with the police department when I get stopped and say, okay, maybe you think 40 miles an hour is fast. I think 60 is. I'm right, you're wrong. Thank you, see you later. I'll talk to Chris Del Monte when I get a chance. And he has to let me go. That's in essence what they're saying to us.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it really would have been too bad. I think because her sign, size-wise is appropriate size. It's bright pink or whatever it is. But she could have It wasn't gonna be a lot. She already had a sign. And she probably could have talked us into it, you know, but she never bothered.
Not even to ask. Right, and you know what, what's the point of the historic district? Very much like the situation with, you know, the building on Main Street, you know, oh, they're gonna tear it down. It's not in the historic district, right, you know?
I really wanted to ask Dave about that, but
Yeah,
it's ongoing.
it is ongoing.
Yes, they had,
A meeting, didn't
they
they?
had,
But
it was on Zoom. It was a mess because they couldn't get enough,
What are you trying to find?
people couldn't get on.
That's what he was talking
It
about.
was overloaded. And
Was
they
it
couldn't
really?
get on.
they were probably discussing the demolition delay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna do it on my.
Oh, whatever, but it's been continued.
Have they, do you know if they've, have we still?
Are we recording?
Should we stop the recording?
Well, this is just discussion under, old business,
Old
right?
Oh,
business.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I'm gonna write discussion regarding scoff laws in the HDC.
yeah, absolutely.
So what do you propose we do? Do we do?
Well, I do still want us to get together, and you know what, I had your number, I had it written down, and my wife threw it, like, paper.
Now it's right here.
But I have it, that's why I asked Dottie, I said, would you mind, and I thank you, Dottie, thank you, that was so great.
We've had company from England for over a week and then another batch from North Carolina. Oh, all these overnight, we've been losing our minds, but we're free now.
You are, okay, good, maybe this week, maybe this
Yes,
coming week,
yes.
we'll get together, we'll have coffee somewhere.
Yep,
that'd
yep,
be
that
great.
sounds good.
I'll tell you what, I think what I've written like 3 drafts and said, I don't know if I like this. I'm gonna put something on a, you know, on a computer, so I have something we can mess around with. But I think it's important we do send a letter with some kind of language to that effect, and we, you know, if any questions, refer to
Yeah.
the document you received.
I think it would be a good idea if we could point to other towns that have fee violations. And
How do we find that out?
we could find that out. I can go on the listserv.
Oh.
And I could ask Jennifer Doherty, who's in charge of historic districts at Mass Historic. She could tell us if what towns have
Yeah.
fee structures for violations in the district.
Be awesome. Yeah, because
Because
this-
I know a lot of them do.
Which, the town of Hamilton, if you go on, they have a guide, Massachusetts guide for historic district commissions. I mean, it's relatively lengthy. That would be great, because you know what that would be?
We
Some
could point to these
cannon
other
fodder
towns.
to give us, and I think that's what I want to do, is to be able to send something like that out. We do it ourselves, then we send a CC to the others, so they see that, hey, what are you guys doing? Well, I'll tell you what we're doing. We're substantiating our position.
Yeah.
And if you're not gonna back us, well, I guess we'll find people who will.
All right, what numbers do you wanna know?
So I think it's time that we do that. So let's do that. Let's get together.
We will.
We'll hone a letter.
Around next week,
I'm
for
gonna,
sure.
I'm hoping to use your academic experience to help write up a good letter.
Well,
So do you
we'll,
know what
we'll
the
do
number
our
of the
best.
juice mill is?
All right.
I've got the list of people.
Is everybody in agreement that we ought to have some kind of fees imposed for
That would be great.
violations? I mean, are we all on the same page?
I do,
Okay,
I do.
okay.
Can I interject?
And it won't take too many,
Right.
No,
Right.
Examples?
examples for
Right.
people to toe the line.
Marie has a list of properties in the
the district.
district, if you want to know who owns
Yes.
which ones.
Okay, so is 67 the juice mill? Because that would be next door to the Central Square Church.
Okay, yeah, who's the,
66 Central Square Realty LLC.
Really?
They've got it hidden.
yeah, okay, well,
You'd have to find out who they
we'll have to
are.
go into the
Well,
mass corporations.
yeah, you can go on to the Secretary of State's website and
Yep.
get that information.
Yeah, then there's then there's some land that's owned by the town of Bridgeport.
Where's
It's
that?
Steve and Jewel. Well, that would be,
You talk about the whatchamacallit house, the Tory house? That's,
it just says OE.
Now,
Oh,
are we talking about the yellow house?
No, we're talking about
It's Stephen Jewell owns that.
Stephen Jewell owns
He
what?
owns 70 and 71.
Yeah, that's the Tory house. He owns the
Ah.
Tory
Yeah,
house.
he owns a Tory house.
And he
Then
owns his building in the back where his garage is.
Yep, which is not in the district.
No,
Then there's another one, out,
It's
it's
not even
Stephen Jewell,
visible.
yeah,
69.
because you can't see it.
He's 69. So 71, 70, and 69 are all owned by Steve Jewell.
Oh,
Which one's 69? Must be his
That's a
building.
question.
Does he own where modern marking is? I wonder if
Modern
it's-
what?
Modern marking,
Okay,
where,
yeah.
where the,
I don't know.
I don't know what.
the doors
numbers
print
are.
used to be.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
odd numbers is the same side of the street where Conway is, because I'm,
oh,
okay. So, even numbers is
Oh,
that
that's
side,
across.
odd is
Yep.
over there. So 43
yeah.
Central Square LLC. Okay, so, okay, there is a name of, there is an Oriental name for
Asian.
Asian,
Little of both.
whatever you want to say. I know, you gotta be politically
Yeah.
correct.
No, we don't.
That's a rug. That's, Oriental's a rug.
I don't think they want to be called Orientals.
Who owns 43?
Then it says, it's really funny how they go here, because they don't always give numbers.
Yeah.
It says Conway,
Yeah,
doesn't give. a number. Conway's number 11,
okay.
okay. So next door to us would be,
Is that
probably be 15.
Yeah,
Wait, then you get 25, which is where
15
Wesley's
is
office used to be.
Orphanos, Michael S. Orphanos, trustee.
oh, Mike Stella.
Orphano.
Oh,
Greek.
And that's
You
the
call it
Christian
Greek?
Science.
so that's the,
I don't know.
no, that's
No.
the nail lady.
That's,
No, no, I'm talking.
Oh.
okay. Number.
Can we call it feta? Like, I don't know.
So maybe, you know, that building there where Restoration Coffee is?
Yeah,
Isn't that what, that's where Wesley's,
Yeah,
that's 25, right?
that's been sold and,
Madhu
Madhu
owns
owned
that?
it. No,
Yeah, he
he
did
doesn't.
own it, he sold it.
And now I guess it's this Orphanos.
Orphanos owns that.
Yeah.
Okay, so who owns the nail lady?
Trying to figure out what the number would be.
Isn't she a, no, I don't know, I forgot. which number she
We ought
is.
to have a copy
We
of
should
that.
have it under her.
Oh, we have it last week. Wait.
Was
It
it
should
last
be in the
week?
minutes from
We didn't
Yep,
last minutes.
Yeah, we just. Wait, wait.
17.
15. It's
Dangler
15.
Lee.
You said
15.
Nails and Spa,
Yeah.
15 Central Square.
So 15 is owned by this Michael S. Orphanos trustee, because I knew when they come in,
Wow.
the camera shop sold the building. So Dangler Lee does not own it.
right.
okay,
And then that building where the Restoration Coffee, that was sold recently too, where this Christine is going, that was sold.
Isn't that, that's where Madhu owned, correct?
Yeah, he owned it, he sold. it.
Restoration Coffee is next door to
The nail
Chris's.
The
shop.
nail place.
Chris's. Oh, they're okay. So you don't know. Oh shoot, we could have asked her.
It goes from,
what's that on?
Is
The
it-
assessor's database wouldn't have the current owner if it's been recently sold.
Right.
Yeah, all it says is,
well, it was about a year ago.
She is. She's 27.
yeah, right,
And she's 27.
23 Central Square LLC owns it.
23.
That's where the girl that just came in, that was hers.
There is no 27.
Oh,
That's what it says.
I thought it
There
said
is
20.
no 27.
No, right, it
It
goes
goes
25.
20, it's 23, 25.
No, it says 27 here. Oh.
I don't care what it says, the street.
Put the
Yeah.
different.
It's
Yeah,
incorrect.
the 27 may be her mailing address. It's not necessarily the address of the actual property.
Right,
Because
because,
it says historic location 27,
Right.
and
Address
it's owner of property
work.
23.
But on the street list, there is no 27.
right,
Okay,
It's
And it's a-
23, 25,
it's incorrect.
and that's owned by WebJet Systems.
Right, that's Madhu.
you know what? I think the design people made up this.
Yes, they did. They're the ones
So
who-
that's why. So Michael,
Then Angelo is 30, 35,
Yep.
37.
And then 39 is, the lodge.
39 is Burrow. It's under the name of Frank Burrow,
What's, yeah,
deceased.
the lodge.
is that the lodge?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
the lodge.
Well, Dave,
Then number 43.
The lodge is 39 Central Square,
Yeah,
according
so
to the
number
application.
43
Yeah.
is Central Square LLC.
That's the 23.
And that's 43, there's a building way out back there.
That's the place that used to be the upholstery.
Yeah,
place.
there's 43 rear, and that's owned by Fernandez.
I thought he got rid of that.
And Steve, I don't know, but maybe the town hasn't caught up with
No,
it.
right.
But Stephen Jewell, then Aga Real Estate, there's two for Aga Real, those are across the street, the even numbers.
Oh,
It's across the street. And then
Okay.
57 Stephen.
I think we need to
Jewell.
move on.
Yeah.
We don't want to keep
Well, you
Dottie
just
here.
kinda
She has
wanna
to
know.
drive back to Halifax
That's right. That's right.
for
Okay.
now,
for now.
So,
I
Um,
may be driving to Lakeville one day.
There you go.
oh, really?
Oh, you may be moving?
Yeah, I'm hoping to. I'm putting my house on the market probably this weekend.
Oh, my gosh. That's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
what's in Lakeville?
Another mobile home park,
Oh,
but it's.
Under new
2 miles
business,
from the door.
Nancy brought up the fact that some construction's taking place right now on the facade of the Christian Science Church building, which is in the district.
Yep.
A handicapped access area and a porch or something on the front, is that right?
Yeah, there's work going on.
And we need to, so I'll call the building inspector about that tomorrow and
where's the Christian Science?
talk
You
to
know, the-
folks.
Oh, right over
Bank.
here.
The old bank building.
Yeah.
I mean, surely they would have to have a building permit
And
to do any of that.
the handicap railing is black and the rest of the railings are white. Looks foolish.
So they
Okay,
didn't come to us. for
we've had
Just saying.
some issues with them before. I remember they put signs up illegally
Mhm.
about 10 years ago.
They never came.
Any other business before we conclude?
Yeah, hearing-
Okay, a motion to adjourn,
So moved.
so moved. Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Uh-huh.
Aye.
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 Roll call,
Yeah, we're all.
say your name. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Nick and Nancy, and
Marie
I'll
Bell.
be unanimous.
Okay. Thank you.